The Karla Caves. You are staring at an architectural time capsule located in the mountains of the western India. The Great Prayer Hall of the Karla Caves is a sanctuary that was completely carved out of the living rock in the 1st century CE, almost 2000 years ago. It wasn't constructed piece by piece. An entire cathedral that had been hollowed out of the center of the mountain was excavated. The tall pillars, the vaulted ceiling, and the massive dome at the far end are all made of one piece of solid stone, a work of a precision and devotion in engineering. And yet you look up and take a close look at curved ribs are not made of stone, they are real wood still standing in ancient teak.
The enigma. This is the big mystery of the Karla Caves. Why would master builders who could carve a whole century out of rock bother adding wooden beams that don't do anything for the structure? The roof made of stone can hold itself up. The wood isn't supporting anything. Why is it there then? The answer gives us a glimpse into a world that is no longer there. This huge stone cave isn't a new thing. It's a copy of something older that will always be there. Buddhist prayer halls known as chaityas were built from thatch, bamboo and wood long before caves were cut into rock. Their roofs were curved and had wooden ribs on the inside just like these. The builders of Karla didn't want to break with that tradition when they started their big project. They wanted to preserve it, to make their eternal stone sanctuary feels exactly like the ancient wooden halls their ancestors once prayed in.
The legacy of wood. This is architecture in translation. Memory preserved in rock would turn into stone. As a last act of respect, the artisans installed actual wooden beam across the ceiling to honor the heritage rather than merely carrying stone to resemble wood. What's even more amazing is that wood is unique. The teak you see today was installed when the cave was first dedicated, which was nearly 2000 years ago according to archaeological research. Because the mountain itself shielded it from sun, wind, rain, it has survived unharmed. Monks in 1st century used to gaze up these beams while meditating and chanting. The same ancient wood is used to make chhatra, the umbrella-shaped crown that sits on the top of the great stupa and is symbol of protection and enlightenment.
The ghosts of a vanished architecture. However, there is more to the tale of wood at Karla. A magnificent wooden screen, a lattice facade that filtered the light, once stood outside the large horseshoe-shaped window. The pillars and walls still have round mortise holes carved into the stone, some of which are encircled by floral designs. If you look closely, the skeleton of a grand wooden front, long since gone, was once supported by pegs and beams in these sockets. Only its ghosts, the stone shadows of a vanished world, are left. And that's what Karla's wood really means. It connects two periods of Indian architecture and is more than just ornamentation. It depicts the moment when builders transformed their makeshift wooden shrines into timeless rock monuments, when faith found expression in stone. Those wooden beams, a living reminder of a world that refused to be forgotten, still dangle over us 2000 years later.